there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisraelpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisraelpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisraelpc.com. Welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of Is This Real for the fourth fucking time. Is This Real Confidential, not Is This Real. Now, we're having some technical difficulties. Hopefully it doesn't show up within the episode, but we're trying. We're trying our best here. In the booth next to me, as you see, is this way. It's a Roadblock. Sorry, it's been a fuck night. Roadblock, Lord Roadblockington right here.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody?
On the other side, right there, you see the Pope himself.
Fucking kill me!
And then you have Big Joe right there. You missed. You caught his ear. We're talking about the attempt on Donald J. Trump and this assassination attempt, whether we believe it's real or not. Obviously, there was a bullet.
Yeah, the man has a fucking hole in his ear.
He has a hole in his ear and everything like that. Like that, that is true. What that information is right there is true. What is seemingly not so, like, what is the word I'm trying to clear, is everything else attached to this.
Oh, there's nothing that makes sense here. This is literally, this actually has the earmarks of taking the JFK assassination theory and bouncing it down to number 2. The way things are rolling with this thing, you got missing ATF agents. Okay, you got them washing down the top of the
crime scene.
The crime scene within minutes. Okay, they knew everything about this guy in 30 minutes. He's got overseas bank accounts. I mean,
he's a 20-year-old with
no money, but he affords everything.
Yep, and he was in a BlackRock commercial. That's been confirmed.
Yes,
yep, confirmed by BlackRock themselves.
And they actually pulled it too.
And yes, they did. And BlackRock was also shorting Trump stock before the assassination attempt.
Yep.
Did you hear that?
No, I heard something, but I know.
Well, let's get deeper into this.
Please.
So there's a lot of people are sitting here just with questions, and these.
One thing before you get going, we can guarantee you one thing. Okay. Much like the John Kennedy assassination, Lee Harvey Oswald had nothing to do with this either. So let's roll. Okay. So these are the major questions.
Okay.
This is from a lot of people on both sides. Ready?
I'm listening.
So the major questions is from Laura Loomer. I don't know who exactly she is, but these are the questions that she has. She goes, I just want to know, number 1, how does a 20-year-old nerdy kid have 3 encrypted overseas bank accounts? Number 2, who was sending him money overseas?
Yep.
Number 3, who bought him a drone? Number 4, who bought him a rangefinder scope?
Yep.
Number 5, who bought him a van and explosives? She goes, these things aren't cheap. Most 20-year-olds can't afford gas, let alone an assassin's kit and expensive tech accessories.
I don't know who Ms. Loomis is, but she has a very narrow view on it. Like, them 20-years can't afford gas. Like, it's a blanket statement. Like,
well, it's understandable. Most people can't afford gas these days.
Like, okay.
In Biden's America. It's not Biden's America anymore.
The first couple of questions hits the nail on the head. Like, I asked them, where did he get the money? Who's paying him? Why does he have overseas accounts? All those things make sense, and they're fair to ask. But he's like, how did he get a drone? You can get a fucking drone. You can get a drone anywhere. That's easy shit.
That's what I want to ask you guys. Out of all this, I haven't heard that he used a drone during this thing. Did he?
I think there was a drone recovered in his car.
Okay,
but like you can get
along with
anywhere.
but the bombs.
Oh, bombs! I mean, unless you have the right recipe, you got to make them yourself.
Yeah, but then that would require foreknowledge, and to me, I know you don't want to. To me, I agree with her. Most 20-year-olds aren't going to be able to afford this, even if they have a decent job.
Especially
this stuff is not cheap.
Especially the range viewer thing. Those are expensive.
You know, is that a military grade?
Ingredients for
I don't know what kind it was, but I know, like,
right?
Huh?
You can find ingredients for explosives online.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can-
Can you
literally-
afford them though? That's
Oh
the
yeah,
thing.
like a good
they're
house-made-
home items.
Yeah, they're
You
household
can
items.
make it out of damn near anything.
Like you get some Clorox,
Well,
you get some
again,
bleach.
you're assuming that's what it was. See,
Right.
we were told explosives. Now we don't know what kind of explosives.
But he also there is a picture of it found on top of the roof before the FBI washed it down. There was a activator. What do you call it? A cell phone with that he calls like
Detonator.
a detonator. There we go. Like that was found on the roof. So he was planning to blow the fucking car up.
And here's the thing: he got on the roof via a metal ladder, right? Had to been at least a 10 or 12-foot ladder. Who put it there? Did he find it? Like it's one of those. It's like it's not like he had roof access. Like he walked up a flight of steps and there was a door. He climbed onto the roof from the ladder, which means the ladder had to be brought from somewhere and set up. And he was carrying that ladder with with his rifle.
I do want.
I mean?
There is a
doesn't make sense.
timeline that someone had. The Senator Ron Johnson was on Fox today or yesterday, just asking just general questions.
Yeah.
And these are the things. This is the timeline of how things set up. So, at July 13th, Secret Service did not attend the 9 a.m. security meeting with local law enforcement.
They did or they didn't?
They did not.
Well, how come? Seems
We don't
to me
know.
like it's
So, apparently, the law enforcement wasn't even on the same channel as the Secret Service.
Hold on a minute. That's very important because if something that a local law enforcement seen, like when they were literally yelling, "There's a guy on the roof with a gun," that cop cannot then get a hold of the Secret Service.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to run towards the podium and say "gun" or something like that. So somewhere along the line, that has failed. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is the preliminary stuff I'm going to go over first, like the morning, and then when we get to the actual assassination attempt and all the fuckery that happened there,
keep
we'll
going, keep
talk
rolling,
about this.
keep
So, the sniper and the SWAT teams weren't on the same channel as patrol officers or the Secret Service.
That's a mistake.
So that's right off the bat. If your snipers and the SWAT are not in the same, I mean, I thought the snipers are the Secret Service though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I believe they're a part of the ATF that was there. I
Okay.
believe that. I could be wrong. I don't know.
So at 10,
From my understanding, though, Secret Service is only what
is around the
people-
president.
Yeah, around the president, and they're supposed to provide recon of the area. Like they're supposed to be on watch.
All right.
They're not actually like live shooters.
Well, here's that, and here's to that. Ready? At 10:30 a.m. in the morning, the local PD team told to secure the perimeter of the AGR building. No one told them where to go, so they set up on the second floor of the AGR building.
Is that the building from which he shot from?
That's the building in which he shot
Now,
from.
they're calling that an AGR building. It looks just like a
A barn.
barn.
It is a barn. It's like a venue, but there's the ADR is the building. That's who owns it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a company.
The AGR, okay.
At 5:14, the local sniper team took photos of the shooter crooks in the AGR building. So he was inside the building itself.
At 5:15.
At
Well,
5:14.
wait a minute. If they took pictures of inside the building, how did they get in the building? They have to be. It's not like if they're taking pictures. Oh,
This
so
is the
pose
local
for
sniper
me?
team that took photos of him.
Yeah, but my question is, okay, so let me get this straight. So you're going to tell me I'm supposed to believe that the local sniper team saw him in the building, and they were in the building as well, and they took photos of him. Did he pose for them?
Oh, I don't know this.
Does that make any sense to you?
Was he walking around with the rifle and no one except to say, "Hey, excuse me."
This is all the questions. Like there is photos of that, and these are the questions that Ron Johnson is
That's
asking.
a legitimate question.
He goes, "Why wasn't he intercepted?"
Yeah.
Number one. He goes, "The photos were taken at 5:14, and Trump was shot at 6:11 p.m."
Yeah.
A preliminary report will be released to solicit more eyewitness testimonies. If you have any video, that's what he says. He goes, as opposed to a second shooter, because a lot of people are talking about second shooters, which is interesting to me. And the first part, when I saw these original videos, is everyone saying that that they saw a shadow of somebody on the water tower, which if you look at the videos, there's nobody zooming in on the water tower. It's not like everyone pointing up there. It's like there's slowed down videos of like trying to point, like look at it, but they're grainy. You do see something that can look like a shadow that's on
But
top.
who knows what it actually?
But who knows? And then later on, you don't see whatever that is, like later in the videos.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but it's very grainy, so you don't know what the fuck is there.
And you know what? I'm gonna put that to bed. I don't believe that for this one reason. If you have two shooters, and one is gonna hit him in the ear, the other one's not gonna miss, unless you had two inept shooters. But then again, if you had somebody else shooting, there would have been more people dead in the crowd.
Agreed.
Yeah, you would have also, like, if he was, where was the water tower in relation to Trump? In front of him, to the left, to the right?
It was to the right of him.
All right, because I know this where Crook shot from was like his extreme right.
Yeah, always parallel.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let's see
that's
if I
how
can.
he was able to clip his ear.
Did you
know?
save the photos the last time or no? Did you?
No, I used Google Images. So like, if it's to the if the water tower is to the right, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree with Anthony. I'm not going to buy into that yet because
There's
I
no
think
evidence for it.
more people would have been hurt in that audience.
Well, can I bring? Where is it? Fuck.
But hold on, there's a simple way of finding out. You have to find the caliber of bullet. If they were both the same caliber of bullet from the same kind of gun,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, here's the issue with that. Allegedly, I don't know. I've done a little research. I don't know if this is completely factual. This was a 22 bullet, right?
Okay.
Now, when a 22, from what I was reading online from supposed gun experts, when a 22 is shot from a rifle, the shorter the barrel of the gun, the more intact that bullet will be when it flies out. If it's a longer barrel and you fire it, it's going to kind of explode and disintegrate. So you still have pieces traveling, but some pieces fragment out into nothing, and then you have like a big chunk that'll hit, which to me makes sense when you look at the injury that Trump has sustained. The top of his ear wasn't blown off, right? It wasn't ripped to shreds. It's, from what I've seen, it's a little hole, which looks like almost shrapnel, like fragments. So if a chunk of this 22 flew out, went through his ear, and it is the luckiest shot I have ever seen.
For Trump, yeah.
For anybody. I've never seen a shot like that ever. For it to just nick him and disintegrate and be gone, that makes a lot of sense to me.
This is, and I'll show this to everybody looking.
Oh, there's the water tower.
So
there.
the water tower's right here. He shot him from over here, like literally right here. So the sniper team was on this building right here.
Yep. That tree there is a possible obstruction. I read about that.
But not really. I mean, look, if they're right here, pointing right here, because he was at the corner of the building.
Yeah, now he allegedly got up to there, over here where these two trees are. There's a little alcove there, and it's fenced in, but there's a ladder that's right there, but it's not like attached to the building. It's like a step ladder type shit. So he had to hop the fence
And walk across to right
put the
here.
ladder up, climb up, walk all the way over here, find his shot, and then settle down there so he could shoot down to the podium.
Now,
Meanwhile, these guys are up here, and they say a possible obstruction with these trees, which doesn't really look like that.
from this angle at least. But see, what makes sense to me, if you're going to have a shooter in the sniper, if you're going to have a sniper in the water tower, that is a much clearer shot than being over here.
Now, in relation to everything else,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I thought, now, where was Corey Comparatori? Where was he now?
He was right here.
Yeah, we're Joey. Yeah.
Oh, so he met the bullet's fate before it even hit.
Well, that's
Trump,
one of the things that people said, that he took the bullet first,
right?
And a bullet might have deflected off of him, and that's why it didn't hurt, like kill Trump.
I disagree with that at all.
Yeah,
Trump
well,
felt
well,
the
see,
way
No,
here's
I know that. I understand. That.
here's
that's one of the theories that Compatory was in the way, and it deflected off or through him, and that's why the velocity of the bullet didn't rip a part of Trump's ear off, and it just made a small.
Real quick. Is this the first time you're hearing any of this, Joshua?
No.
No, you've been up to date with all these theories. Okay, I just want to make sure. I mean, as far as a second shooter or anything like that, this is what this guy is saying. He goes, was it one rifle, or was it more than one? Only one was found.
But I heard all the reports. It was an AK-47. That's not a 22.
No, it's
No,
not
it was an.
AK-47.
I heard it was an AK style handgun.
AR style.
I heard AK.
That was something different. The
Okay.
AK style handgun was from when Trump was outside. Was from outside the Republican
Yes. Okay.
convention.
My bad. I apologize.
Joshua, you're the gun guy here.
Are you?
You know about weapons.
We played a lot of Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied them. Yeah.
Well, let me
Okay.
ask you. Do they have an a 22 AR style handgun?
Well,
They
there's
didn't find the handgun. They found a long rifle.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, there's different modifications that you can do to just about any handgun to possibly increase the range
Right.
and accuracy, but that's still going to be hard because the 22 is a really small caliber gun.
It is.
Which the point of what Tony was saying, trying to shoot out of a rifle like that could potentially damage the bullet mid velocity anyway to begin with. I would think that if it was a rifle they found, it was a 22 rifle of some sort. It wasn't a handgun.
No, they were saying it was an AR style rifle.
Yeah. That
So
means
my question for you
they
is,
could've
if
converted it.
for a 22 caliber bullet, I've never held a 22 bullet in my life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what it was from anything.
I have.
If that 22 bullet is shot out of that gun from that distance where you're looking at it,
yeah.
with Trump twisting his head just enough, because a lot of people are saying if it was a bullet that size, it would have ripped his ear completely off.
Well, it was an
no, not-
AK-47. Yeah, I mean.
Well, no, not necessarily. Because of the caliber of the gun, a P22 wouldn't do much damage.
Right.
It
The
caught him
actual-
right
True.
here.
No,
I have a video of it. I'll play
No,
the video.
Yeah.
The problem with 22s is because of the fact that they do. All right, I'll put it this way: a 22 is actually more dangerous than most other
Calibers, weapons.
other calibers of
Yeah.
bullets
Yeah.
because of the fact that a 22, when shot and entering a body, has a higher capability of exploding. It'll be fragments. So the smaller the bullet and it shattering upon impact can actually do way more damage than just a higher caliber bullet going straight through you, hitting you in any way, shape, or form.
And also going along with that, the 22 caliber. Now, my father had a 22 rifle, and that was my favorite gun to shoot. I didn't like the shotgun. I didn't like the Marlin he had, but I did like the 22 because it was kind of a quiet gun. I mean, it wasn't no kickback. It was,
Yeah, it doesn't explode. It more
Right.
like snaps.
and it to me, and I was always told that the 22, because of the caliber size, is deadly accurate. If you have if you're a marksman. With a 22, it's good for a mile. It doesn't go up. It doesn't go down. It's actually, it'll stay on target for about a mile.
But my question
Now,
for you,
again, that's what I was told. I'm not a gun expert. I don't know if anybody knows
Mike,
different.
if that's the truth,
Depends on the gun. It could have been if the gun was modified in any way, shape, or
Granted.
form. If it came from a pistol and not
Right.
like a rifle style gun, there's
So let's just-
many variations that could
let's
factor in.
let's just say, obviously they found an AR style rifle,
Yep.
and let's just say it's a 22 bullet
Yeah.
from 150 meters from
400 feet.
400
We're in
feet.
America, goddammit.
Sorry, for 400 feet from there to there. I'm trying to figure a way to say this. Would it burst from and my question is if it has to be a really good sniper, as you said, Dad, like a marksman. This kid was only using this rifle for a week
All
beforehand.
right, let me give you. I'll give you a little synopsis. When we used to go hunting, we would go small game hunting with my father. We took the shotgun and the 22 and our BB gun. Now, I would take this 22, and literally in the fields, I was shooting squirrels
Yes.
at maybe 80, 90 yards because I'm a decent shot. I'm not going to sit there and die.
80, 90 yards as far as feet. That's what about the same
well,
distance.
No, about
100 yards is 300 feet. So it when you hit the mark, it does the job. So you're looking at about the same thing.
We're talking about a little bit less than half of the distance between the shooter and Trump.
And
And
that,
you were only 7 or 8 or something like that.
no, I was
Oh.
13, 14. You don't
I
need to be.
mean-
You just need to be steady, and you have to just
And
To
he
me, it
only
was
had
fun.
he only had one shot. I mean, well, not.
No,
I mean,
there was more than
okay.
one shot going on.
Let's just put it like this. This
One shot hit, but I heard it was 4 shots total.
Yeah.
This is what this guy said. He goes, there were 3 distinctive shots early on, followed by another 5 more rapidly fired. How do you explain that?
I don't know. I definitely heard the 3, and we know it's at least 4 because 2 people are injured. One person, we include Trump, 3 people are injured, and 1 person was shot and killed. So unless you have a magic bullet, or it's something where it fragmented and 1 bullet took out 2 people,
Well,
there's at least 4 shots.
I have a video. It was caught of the bullet hitting the stage behind, and we'll play that when we go through everything.
Yeah.
Because if it was fragmented, it wouldn't have popped as much as I saw in this video. But we'll go through that later because there's still more questions this guy has. Because this is so deep. So he goes, I've seen things from experts that cause us to question the FBI, saying that there was a single shooter. This is Ron Johnson's theory. And as far as the ATF agent, he goes, the sniper team was the first to go on the roof and begin to take pictures of the dead body of Thomas Crook. He goes, someone in a suit approached them and told them to send those photos to an ATF agent. Apparently, this guy, he goes, I thought this was very strange. No one even asked this person for credentials. They thought it was Secret Service. Then he goes, they tried to call the ATF agent, but now he's gone dark. They cannot find this man.
The guy who asked for the pictures.
See, I don't find that odd, and I'll tell you why I don't find that odd. Okay, the district attorney in Dallas County during the JFK assassination was told to forward all evidence to the FBI in Washington. You don't go anywhere else. You get evidence you think is right. No one is to see it. It has to go. Henry Wade, his name was. He was told by the FBI and the president, all evidence has got to go to Washington. I find that odd because I don't find it odd that would happen, because. And again, it goes. You're telling me that they gave it to a guy. A guy came in here and he didn't show credentials. On the ground in Dallas, there was no Secret Service. Okay, people were coming up with credentials, but according to the Secret Service, there was no Secret Service on the ground. It seemed like I'm drawing a parallel between the same playbook from 1963 to 2024.
The only difference is here is they weren't accounting the people whip out their fucking cell phones in 2024.
That's where I told you from the beginning that they fucked up. This has been, and I know I'm not going to bring in the president and all this other shit, but I'm going to tell you something.
Well, there's 2 differences. Sorry. The second difference is Trump didn't die.
Right.
They shot Kennedy.
This is literally has all the earmark. If you found no more evidence at all, you can literally pin this the same fucking thing.
No,
as the Kennedy assassination.
I agree with you, and the reason I say that is because if you're just going to go with the whole fact of
even a dead shooter,
this is a Secret Service fuck up, and that's it.
So there's more than that.
No, I understand, but let's just play with that.
All right.
It is one of the biggest fuck ups.
Oh yeah.
Far more than John F. Kennedy, because if you're looking at if no one checked the building over there as that's a sniper area, if no one checked the fucking water tower as a potential sniper area, and you don't have teams on those 2 areas, or the teams on this side, and I'm talking and this man's not in glass or anything like that, and I understand most Trump rallies he's not.
Yeah,
but
no protective.
there's as far as these buildings over here, there should have been a sniper team on that building. There most definitely, if I'm Secret Service, I'm putting a sniper team on the water tower at least above anything, because you have from that water tower as you're looking at, you have view of everything.
You see, the problem with all that, Joey, is that the FBI, according to their reports. Now, of course, there's no official reports that have been given. Right. The FBI now has the entire report of how they locked the place down, what they did prior, or all that stuff. They have that report, the field report, but they're refusing to let it go. They're refusing to release it. Now, the problem I got with that is if they said, now the thing is 100 yards, let's just say, like you said, 450 feet.
400 feet.
Okay, that is not consistent with the fact that cannot be an outside perimeter. If they labeled that building as an outside perimeter, then they don't know nothing about guns. Because people can get up there and you got guns that are 450 feet is nothing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, literally 22. I could get a 22 and hit a mark at fucking St. Gerard's from here.
Yeah.
Okay, and if it's not going to go up, it's not going to go up. So whoever labeled that as the outside perimeter is full of shit. If they tell you that, people got to question it. And another problem I have with the whole situation, okay, nobody's been called on the carpet. All right, if you're a boss and somebody in your area fucks up and you're responsible for it, you call that person you call them all up and line up, and you give them like a hockey stick, like slap shot. You just take them all the fuck out, and you get answers. But they're not going to do that because there's nobody being held accountable in this administration. And that's not a Joe Biden thing. That's an administration-wide thing, okay? And we got to find out who the fuck is running the show in Washington and why. All you hear now is, we need an investigation. No, you don't. You don't need an investigation to figure this out. What you need is you get all the agents that did the preliminary scouting. You get all the agents that were there that day, and you get the head of the Secret Service. Anybody from the head of the Secret Service to the last person in the detail, and you line them up in a room, okay? And you go to one person at a time. What were your orders on that day, and how did you do them? Okay, so you did it this way. Why did you do it that way? Who in this room told you to do it that way? It has to be somebody in that room. And if your answers aren't credible, well, you know what? At that point, somebody's going to get fired. But that hasn't done this way. We're gonna the Republicans are going, we're gonna go to. I don't want to hear drag that shit. I'm not stupid. I understand that there's got to be people held accountable, and it's pissing me off that we're gonna go down this road of investigations that are gonna lead nowhere.
I got a quick question.
What's up?
Just because we've been mentioning it, and I didn't even really think about it. Would the Secret Service still be active for a former president?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would?
Yeah. Secret Service.
right.
Every former president has Secret Service for life.
Now,
it can be scaled down, or it can be made more.
Well, to piggyback off of that, there are, and I think
But you would think if
saved
you're
it.
running for president, even if you're a former president, it doesn't happen often, but if you're a former president running for president, you would have more Secret Service.
Oh, let me bring it up on here. Hold on.
Bobby Kennedy can't get any.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Kennedy can't.
Because
they
the
told
the vegetable who runs everything to turn around and said, no, he doesn't need it. You have a Kennedy running for president that automatically has you need to have Secret Service for him. Period. End of story. Or we're not paying attention to what's going on.
So this is apparently from the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh, they're credible.
And this is apparently their denied request this is July 19th, for extra Secret Service, apparently. So the letter acknowledges the receipt of your recent Freedom of Information Act request relating to the USS's progress in meeting and staffing targets, increasing the Secret Service's workforce by 300 personnel per year in the fiscal year 2013-2025, and an increase of 119 personnel in fiscal year 2021, 209 personnel in fiscal 2022. Established under the fiscal years 2021 to 2025, the Human Capital Strategic Plan, the number of USS personnel and staffing targets in the plan for the uniform division for each month since 2025 through the date processing include records. So basically, this is the
they want more staff.
Yeah.
For the Secret Service.
Where is it? Did I bring it up? There. So this is it.
Please be advised your request has been denied because you do not qualify under either category. You have not demonstrated there's a threat to the life or physical safety of an individual, nor have you demonstrated there's a particular urgency to inform the public about government activity involved in this request beyond the public's right to know about government activity generally. Your letter is conclusory in nature and did not present any facts to justify a grant of expedited processes.
Apparently, this was sent to Trump a week before when they requested security.
And this is the same Secret Service and Homeland Security that knew there was an active threat from Iran on Donald Trump's life, and they refused more Secret Service. Now, I'm sorry, but I don't want to hear about the fiscal problems. The Secret Service has a duty, And if they don't have enough, now the stories. Now I heard.
Dad, move your hand.
I heard the stories where they pulled the Secret Service because Jill Biden needed more
Went on
Secret
vacation,
Service.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So then you pull from the military, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. You pull from the military.
Right. There's no limited resources.
This is bullshit.
No, I agree with you. But what we're going to do now, we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the timeline of the shooting and all the mishaps on there. Like, we talked a little bit about it, but there's definitely some more shit I want everybody to see, because there's some fuckery that's happening. And we'll be right back. Go listen to some of our sponsors.
Are you a filmmaker, cosplayer, or special effects enthusiast looking to take your creations to the next level? Then look no further than New Rule FX. From realistic props to professional grade special effects equipment, New Rule FX has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Explore their extensive catalog of high-quality products and unleash your creativity like never before. Visit our link in the description to shop now below.
Hey everybody, I'm JC3.
And I'm Mr. West.
And this episode is brought to you by Dubby. Made by professionals in the USA, Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, including the patented neurofactor. You know what Dubby doesn't give you?
What is that?
No calories, no sugars, no fillers, and no artificial flavors. When the raw ingredients arrive to their FDA-registered and inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP guidelines, they undergo a quarantine while a small sample of each ingredient is taken to test for any impurities, while also being tested to ensure that the ingredients are actually what they are supposed to be and have the proper dosage.
And once the ingredients pass all the tests, then they're cleared to get mixed into the formula. So head on over to dubby.gg and use our offer code IsThisRealPC for 10% off your first order. That's DUBBY.GG and use the code IsThisRealPC for 10% off. They have great flavors such as Galaxy Grenade, Dub Sludge, Passion Joy Tea, Monkey Madness, and Dragonade. My personal favorites.
Dragonade right here. I got Dragonade right here. Delicious.
Drink Dubby
And be better.
These products are not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.
Who wants better sex? And who wants better sex starting now? The best way to get started is go to adamandeve.com.
Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just any item.
But that's not all. When you select your one item, you will also get 3 bonus items. That includes a gift for him, a special gift for her, and a gift you'll both like.
Plus 6 free movies for your viewing pleasure and free shipping.
There is discreet shipping as your privacy is priority. Plus 100% free shipping on your entire order.
Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy, it will all be packaged and sent discreetly for free.
Don't wait. Better sex is just one click away.
That's 50% off one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping.
Bring more pleasure and satisfaction to your bedroom.
Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire.
Just enter code QUESTION at checkout.
That's question, QUESTION at adamandeve.com.
This exclusive offer is specific to this podcast only. So be sure at checkout you punch in the code QUESTION. That is QUESTION at checkout. And get your 50% off one item, 10 free gifts, and free shipping. Remember, use code QUESTION. Also remember to listen to Is This Real every Sunday at 8 o'clock with new episodes starting July 16th. Remember, everybody, question everything and put that question at the end of your checkout at adamandeve.com. And welcome back to Is This Real Confidential as we continue with the Trump shooting conspiracy theory. And what we have here is I have the timeline of the events that day. And like we did with 9/11, let's go all the way back with our 9/11 episode. Do you remember that episode, guys?
Barely.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
It sure was.
That was ages ago.
Yeah, we went timeline, boop, and looked at each event. And that's what we're going to do here.
You know, I got to be honest with you. Now you brought this picture up, and I know where the body of the gunman was. I can understand how that tree was an obstruction. I thought he would be closer to the roof line, like towards the bottom of the building. He was up top and away. He was further back. That tree, from this picture, does look like it could be in the way from where the snipers were behind Trump, but that still doesn't. I mean, it's still not an explanation of all the crazy, goofy shit.
They still
that went
caught
on.
him, though. They
Huh?
had, if you go by what exactly happened, they had him in. They had him in the
No.
sights.
No. Sorry, I just got to interrupt. No. I'm
No?
looking at that picture. From where he is at the location,
The tree's further back.
I will say this is going to sound horrible, but that's probably the most ideal location other than the water tower. Just because of the fact that if I'm looking at the picture right, it's showing where the stage was when Trump was speaking.
Right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
He actually technically would have a clear shot, depending on the location and the angle.
Oh,
of the stage.
he had a perfect shot.
Oh,
What
yeah,
saved
yeah.
what
Yeah.
saved Trump's life
Trump.
was Trump. Was Trump looking like if he's looking straight and this is looking at the crowd, the Butler Farm Grounds,
Yeah.
he's looking straight. Trump went like this.
He went
which-
to look at a graphic that was coming up on one of the screens, and he was not even on script. Like Trump saved himself by being Trump.
He was talking about the border and
he
immigrants.
was talking about the borders, but I'm saying like he wasn't following like prompts. Like he doesn't. Like normally, like when someone makes a speech, they're following prompts and shit. Trump is famous for not doing that. He goes off on tangents and he does shit like this all the time, where he starts talking, and he'll use the prompter more as like guideposts.
reference.
Yeah, exactly. He's not reading that fucking thing. He's saying what he wants to say, and he went to look at the graphic, and he just turned his head at the right angle
at the right
moment,
time.
and he caught a piercing for it.
Mm-hmm.
If he was still like talking to the prompter, it would be Kamala Harris versus question mark right now.
Or it would be Joe Biden versus question mark.
Well,
Possibly.
I mean,
I
that's,
totally agree with that one.
That's debatable. I saw the way from the video, the way it hit his ear. Even if he was still the way he was, it probably would have grazed more of his face.
What they're saying is, well, no, that's because he turned his head that way.
Yeah.
No,
Whereas they're
that's what I'm
saying with his face complete, like let's say like this is basically where the shooter's angle was, like from where your head. If you're looking straight, this is where the shooter's angle was from right here.
Wow,
It would have blown this part of his head out.
Yeah, his Abdullah would have been gotten.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
his
All right.
Abdullah would have been gone.
Okay, so I had it mixed up in my head. Then.
Yeah, like that's the thing. He looked all the way to the right, and that's when it caught him right here
It would have pierced the
Okay.
back of his head and gone this way.
and blown out his spinal cord connection and
all
everything
that
like
shit.
that. Yeah,
like,
that would have been.
He would have been offline
gone.
immediately.
But yeah, so let's just put it. So Saturday, this is at 5:07. A verified video. Now remember, he was shot at 6:11.
Yes.
5:07 on July 13th, the suspected gunman appears to pace outside the rally, and there is video of that happening. There is a verified video that shows police sources say appears to be the suspected gunman pacing around the buildings outside the rally, outside the security perimeter. So this is the video right here.
Nice sweater meat. Is
This
that
is-
better?
This is the video right here,
All right.
and that's him back there, pacing around the building.
Okay, the only reason I'm going to say that's it's true is because of the clothing. Like you can verify because they have autopsy pictures of him, and there he
Yeah,
is there.
and then
You
that's
can see him.
and then that's moments before.
Yeah.
So that's right there. So that's the video that confirms that he was pacing outside at 5:07 around that. So 5:07 continue. Verified video shows.
But he wasn't strapped at 5:07. Where'd the gun come from? How did he get upstairs? You know, like these are
Well,
questions. that we
hold
need
on.
answers
I'm going on. Shut the
All
fuck
right,
up.
Go, come on.
5:07 continued. Verified video shows two teams of Secret Service snipers about to take their positions on two buildings located behind the rally stage. One team was set up on the top of the building closest to the complex where the gunman was positioned. They appear to be tasked with covering the north and are seen facing in that direction of the shooter. 5:08, second counter sniper team seen setting up. A second counter sniper team is seen setting up on another building to the south. The two snipers appear to be tasked with looking the opposite direction of where the shooter will be located. 5:10, suspect identified as person of interest. The suspect was identified as a person of interest according to sources with knowledge of an FBI and Secret Service briefing.
Time out. Person of interest?
Why is he a person of interest?
I always thought a person of interest was something that is after the fact. If you're a person of interest before this thing is happening and nobody is interested enough in stopping him or going up at least questioning him,
Yep.
that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
So person of interest in my book is, I think, it's a wrong term. How about a missed opportunity?
So that's 5:10, and then at 5:30, suspected gunman spotted with a rangefinder. So if he's a person of interest at 5:10, and you see this motherfucker with a rangefinder at 5:30, why didn't anybody do anything?
Here's a tactical question, Block, and maybe you can help me out with this.
So,
He's got the gun.
yes,
He's up there. It's the day of.
yes.
Why is he doing reconnaissance with a rangefinder now?
Well, it's not necessarily reconnaissance at that point. It's actually more about verifying how far the target is, so you know how to line up your scope
Oh, that's
before
true.
you
'Cause
take
have
the
to look-
shot.
Right, but you're talking from a standpoint of a military, almost someone who has training, who's like military personnel, because you have you have an idea of which way the wind's blowing, and you got to be able to calculate the curvature and all that shit.
Yeah.
Dorky 20-year-old guy, is he gonna have that kind of military? Call of Duty doesn't even teach you that shit.
I mean, no, it does. Technically, it does. First of all.
Okay,
Second
yeah,
of
the
all-
newer games do like you calculate the shot,
Yeah,
drops.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. it does. Don't go there.
You know how many times we've been yelling at Sniper, motherfucker, I had it in my sights. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah,
know
go on,
how
Joshua.
you do. It just could have been he's trying to make sure. He could have been unsure if he would be able to make the shot. I mean, a rangefinder can just make sure how far, if you have a clear target. I mean, maybe he did learn how to use it, and he was, fine tuning it at that moment. So you never really know
All right, so I have
what the kid was doing or thinking. To be honest,
I have a question for everybody here, real quick, before we get deeper into this.
So,
And you guys can give me all your answers quickly. If this is all this timeline is coming from a source that has knowledge of the FBI and Secret Service briefing, and it's coming from literally all the news agencies, not just a right wing or a left wing political one, how much faith do you put into that source?
They have to say something. They have to give you some sort of explanation because there are so many questions. The specific questions they're not worried about. But they
No,
have to
the
give you-
information I'm talking about right here.
No, that's what I'm saying.
man.
They have to give you some sort of like, this is what happened. We got to figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Because
I don't trust any of it.
But this is what doesn't make any sense to me. If this is coming from straight from the FBI and Secret Service, and this is what is being said. So let's go back. So 5:10, he's identified as a person of interest because he's outside the security zone, right? 5:30, he's walking around. He's spotted with a rangefinder, and then at 5:52. This is the next thing I haven't said yet. Secret Service spots suspected gunman on roof. This is at 5:52. The Secret Service spotted the suspected gunman on the roof of a nearby building outside the security perimeter.
You mean the
According
person
to
of
the
interest?
sources,
You mean the person of interest?
Yeah, that too.
So
Yeah.
my question is, if he's a person of interest, and now he was a person of interest on the ground using a rangefinder, and now he's a person of interest on the roof, how come Trump wasn't pulled off that stage?
Well, here's the thing. But Trump wasn't on stage at 5:52.
Right, but he
Then
should
why
have
was he
been
allowed
not
to go
allowed
on?
to go on stage in the first place.
So
Exactly.
13 minutes later, 6:05, Trump walks onto stage in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trump took the stage event at the event stage at Butler Farms in Pennsylvania just after 6 p.m. local time as supporters cheered for the former president. Officials said that all rally attendees went through a Secret Service screening checkpoint before being admitted to the event. Trump walked onto the podium and began to speak to the audience. At 6:09, the sniper team point in direction of suspected gunman. 2 minutes before the first gunshots, the counter sniper team positioned farther south is seen turning north towards suspected gunmen. In the next minute, they begin to move into position, kneeling down, grabbing their weapons, and pointing them in the direction of the suspect.
Okay, time out. So at this point, when they're doing all this, Trump is now on stage.
Trump's now on stage
I'm
talking.
going to ask you again, why wasn't Trump pulled off the stage?
The only, other than
There's gotta be a
absolute
reason.
failure and miscommunication of everybody, other than that, the only thing I could honestly think of is Trump wanted to be on stage and say, "I'm going on stage." But I
Well,
can't. But that's so like.
Hold on,
I can't give him that either.
Wait. Can we go back to the beginning of this episode where I said that none of these teams were on communication channels?
Right, exactly. It was a complete.
So if
nobody
the
was
sniper
talking.
team is setting up and they're trying to radio this shit in,
No one's listening.
no one's listening.
Yeah.
Or I did hear a rumor, which I said in the last episode, that they sent that sniper team in that we have a suspect in our sights, and someone said, "Red, do not shoot."
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's true. That may have
It could've
changed.
also, if there
I
was all
heard
this
that too.
miscommunication.
That was from when I heard that was coming from the suspected sniper of the team.
Right.
He said the person who was on the other side said, "Red, do not fire."
There's also the idea that if nobody is communicating correctly and everyone is kind of like misinformed, whatever, at the moment, he might not have known that the guy who was pointing the gun, the attempted assassin, was an assassin.
But he was a person of interest.
well,
They
right.
had eyes on him already.
To one group of people, he was a person of interest.
You're gonna have to go back
And it's easy to say that now after the fact.
because these two are
But
going to get
if
into
the
it.
people on the ground are not communicating with the people up on the snipers up on the behind Trump protecting him, then if someone else is walking around with a sniper and you have no idea who it is, it might be someone on the same team. But that again, that is such a far, like it's
sit
so
there-
unbelievable.
I could sit there and see that only
It could
if
be one of our guys. Don't
because
take the shot.
okay,
You
so
know what I mean?
if the sniper team was not a part of the Secret Service
Yeah.
and they were the local team in which they said it was the local team that was on top of there, which means they were at the briefing, these sniper people, which means they know what the security detail is.
I understand that.
They know what the security area is.
Like, there's so many things. Like, you could come up with an excuse, but they are so, like,
Well,
they're
here's
not founded.
This is continued now. Ready? So this is at the same time as 6:09 as Trump's continuing as the South sniper team, not the North sniper team. They pointed. So that means they must have heard something if they're turning their bodies to face north.
Yep.
So that's another thing. That means they heard something over the radio.
Something, yeah.
So this is at the same time several witnesses noticed a gunman on the roof. The gunman was positioned approximately 400 feet away from the former president. Onlookers then called for police, verified by all the videos we've seen online. You know, the video we just saw of him laying on the thing, that was all people in the crowd.
Yes.
At 6:10, law enforcement seen looking for a suspect. During the minute before the shooting, law enforcement officers appeared to be searching for the suspected gunman. A bystander captured what appears to be local law enforcement walking around the structure the suspected shooter was positioned on. Local law enforcement later told ABC News that they had been alert to suspicious activity in the area and were in the process of looking for a potential suspect.
By who?
I don't know.
Nobody seems to be on the same channel. Nobody's doing this, but they were alerted. By who? And there was also a report, too, that the one cop lifted up the other cop to the top of the building, and this nitwit turned around and pointed
the gun, and the guy dropped down.
Dropped down.
And the guy turned around because that wasn't local law enforcement. Apparently, that was security, and security guard didn't have a weapon on him, so he dropped down.
Which is understandable. If a guy's pointing a gun at me and I'm not packing, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
why are the rent-a-cops doing security checks
Not the
for
rent-a-cops.
the fucking ex-president?
That's another good question. Why is anybody in that perimeter that isn't classified to be there? Why?
Well, if there's
not
security,
not capable of being
if there's
there.
security for the building,
they shouldn't be there.
why shouldn't they?
Were they
no.
cleared? Were they cleared in the pre-speech sweep?
If
Fuck
they
that noise. They shouldn't have been there in the
well,
first
if
place.
hold on, if the local law enforcement were set up on the second floor of the AGR building and they know the security in there, then yeah, they're going to be there.
The Secret Service should have the responsibility of saying who's the company that protects this building, all the employees. You're in that room. Watch the president's speech. We're taking over security.
Exactly. It's exactly how it works.
It's not the rent-a-cop's job to start walking around and being on the perimeter and
No,
shit.
I agree with you.
Fuck
So
you. You stay in the room. I understand you're the big local enforcement. You stay in there. Watch the president. I'll handle this.
So this is at 6:11. The gunfire erupts. Trump was 8 minutes into his speech when the shooting began. Excuse me, according to officials. The former president was describing a chart showing statistics on immigration and turned his head to look at it while saying, "Take a look at this chart. Take a look at the arrow at the bottom." Trump continued calling out President Biden's immigration policy, saying, "And the worst president in the history of our country took over, and look what happened to our country." He's on the roof. I'm sorry. Trump was cut off when he said probably 20 million people by the loud popping sounding of shots being fired and a rally attending yelling, "He's got a gun. He's on the roof. He's got a gun." The attendee can be heard saying it in the video footage from the event.
Yep.
Let me ask another question. How long was it when he got shot to when the Secret Service jumped down on him?
5 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, how long was it when he got up to start walking off the stage when you talk about his shoes?
Maybe a few more, maybe another 15 seconds.
That's
No. I
It was
heard.
about a minute.
Yeah,
and a
minute
half.
two,
Okay.
And
2
my
minutes.
question, in that minute, as Trump is being led off the stage, raising his fist and whatever,
Yeah.
that would mean that somebody knew that there was all clear in a minute.
Oh, that is a good question. Like it from when he gets up and it looks like he's fighting to make sure like I'm seen and I want to raise my fist. It's like no. But listen to me. Someone is firing at you. You have people on top of you. You have no idea who's firing at you. Why are you putting your head up?
Because he's being told at that point, all is clear, Mr. President.
Who told him? If all the
The Secret Service.
miscommunications,
That's my question.
Like,
That's
no
my
one
question.
should have told him to put your head up. Keep your fucking head down.
Well, you know what?
If
It's nice
they're
to you
on
say
top
that,
of
but
him, no. If they're on top of him, trying to protect him, he shouldn't have gotten an all clear.
exactly.
If he's jumping up trying to raise his fists,
play the
that's
video, it's like
yeah, but they were no. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
that's like showmanship or something.
They were
like that.
taking
Like
him
he was-
off the stage. They stood him up. He was calm enough to look for his shoes. The Secret Service allowed that to happen. If you're going to tell me a minute into this shooting, when no one knows where the shooting came from, they had an all clear to let him stand up and be president. He didn't get up on his own and go, "Get away from me! I want to
no,
do
he
this."
did. No, he did.
Okay, so the Secret Service
I guess the
allowed
way
on
I-
top of him.
I guess the
video's
way I
right
saw it looked like he was fighting the service
When they were
Exactly.
bringing him
to
off the
stand
stage.
up
Yes.
and
So
do
right
that.
now he's down.
Right.
Right. They picked him up right there. He's got his fist and saying fight. And this is from
At that
the
point, but
other
at
thing.
that point, he already got the clear. When they got him up,
Exactly. You got all clear to
the
stand
Secret
up.
Service, they even said it. Secret Service said, "Clear." You hear it on video.
He shouldn't have been that clear that fast.
Exactly.
That's
my
the
point.
point.
Exactly.
That's my whole point about it. If and you know you can look any way you want, showmanship, grandstanding.
Well,
I don't
that's as I'm getting
totally-
into that right
Go
now.
ahead.
So this is 6:11 continued. As shots rang out and the event erupted into panic, Trump was seen clutching his right ear and ducking behind the podium. Three Secret Service agents swarmed to cover Trump, yelling, "Get down!" As multiple additional rounds of gunshots were fired. Blood was seen smeared across the former president's face and onto his hand. The shooter fired as many as 8 rounds from an AR-style rifle while perched on a rooftop adjacent to the venue and was 200 to 300 yards away at the time of the shooting. This is ABC. Then again, that's according to law enforcement that told ABC News.
The fucking kid's eyes are in 2 different zip codes.
Well, they're also using a 5-year-old photo of him because now he actually looked like a woman. He just started dressing like a woman. 6:12.
That's a whole nother episode.
6:12. One spectator killed, 2 others critically injured. Gunman also killed. So he was killed a minute after firing his rounds. Another round of shots were fired as snipers in Trump's Secret Service detail killed the suspected shooter. One spectator who was sitting behind the former president during the rally was killed, and 2 others were critically injured. Secret Service agents swiftly escorted Trump off the rally stage into this is at the same time, a minute later, from shots fired, they're taking him off the rally stage.
Which is unheard of.
That's
You're on
exactly.
top of that guy. You get more Secret Service over there. You're on top of him. You say to knock it the fuck over. I'm going to punch you in the side of your head. You're staying on the fucking ground. We're putting our life on the line for you. You're staying down. They didn't do that.
No.
So I
They
want
let
to
him get
know
up and put his fist in the air.
who gave the all clear that after a minute of shooting that we now know that it was that guy over here that you guys had in your sights. So you waited for him to take the shot. Then you shot him. How convenient. You know what? This whole fucking thing just smells, and I'm just the more we're going on this, the more increasingly I'm getting fucking pissed off again.
No, I know. So at 6:14,
Bullshit.
Trump departs the rally for
Telling
local.
you what they did.
So at 6:14, Trump departs the rally for a local hospital. At 6:42, officials release statements saying he's fine. At 8:05, President Biden condemns the attacks. 8:42, Trump releases his statement. And then 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock that night, he departs from Pennsylvania to Jersey. He came to Jersey and went to New York. Sunday, July 14th at 1:34 in the morning, the FBI identified the suspected shooter as Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20 of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, early Sunday morning. This remains an active, ongoing investigation, FBI spokesperson said. 12 o'clock, the victim ID'd in Trump shooting, victim killed in Trump shooting ID'd, which was
Corey Compatore.
Corey Compatore. 3 p.m. victims injured were upgraded to stable, and that's what we have as far as that day into Sunday.
Yeah.
And then just a slew of shit that happened afterwards, as far as you saw this right here in this video. Like I said at the beginning, they found the cell phone with bombs and shit in his car.
Can you go back to that?
That's right after that.
Right after he got shot, right? We don't know what's going on. There's chaos all over the place.
Yep.
No one knows anything. Go back to it. What is the guy in the front right there, 5 feet from him with the video camera? How do we know that they're not a threat? We don't know that. You know why? Because I know everybody wants to sit here and tell you, oh, the FBI, the Secret Service did a great job. They did a shit job. They did an absolute disgraceful job. Okay? Because if they did, he'd still be on the fucking ground. There would have been a way for him to get off the fucking ground. This is insanity. Insanity. They have told you what was going on with this entire fucking thing. You have video. You watch the video from the front. You got Secret Service agents that are looking around, know what the fuck's going on. They can't even put their gun in their holster.
Apparently,
Where'd they Cracker Jack box got their license for this shit?
apparently it was unclear. Obviously, he did fly a drone. He did fly a drone. They're saying it was unclear if drones were banned over areas Secret Service securing.
That isn't that usually the case?
Yes.
Normally.
Drone and drone equipment found in Crooks's car.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So this is from
Can't blame the
FBI
guy
has
for having a
uncovered more
hobby.
than 14,000 links on the phone of the shooter.
Huh?
I know you have more than that on your phone, Anthony.
Is there any way we can get some of that stuff? But they're not going to
Online
know
searches
about it.
involve depressive disorder,
That's convenient.
Here we go.
explosive materials,
Oh.
and chemical compounds.
Oh my God! This guy doesn't know
Informa-
how to use fucking incognito mode.
The information about 2021 Oxford High School mass shooting and shooter Ethan Crumbley
Oh, maybe
was
they're
on
pen
his
pals.
phone. Wow.
Ethan, how do I not end up like you?
Yeah, and this is the detail going into the car as they're covering him and his toop.
Nobody's got a hand over his head.
No, the one guy does there.
Right there he does. But leading him from the stage down, it's one guy. One fucking guy. You would think they'd throw a blanket over his head.
Well, right there.
That's the
Well,
muffle.
right there. Stepping into the car.
He's stepping up.
He's stepping up.
Why the fuck are you stepping up? Get in the car. Head first.
Dude, they're not going to do that.
No. As the president, you put your hand on the motherfucker's head and you say, "Get in the
So-
car, you old fuck," and you hit him on the ass. That way you know
So
you're in the
here,
car. You don't
I
step up on the sideboard. Make
Where's
yourself a big
where's
orange
that
target.
picture? Where's the picture? Where's the picture? Okay. So no, not this one. Where is the other one? Because I want the other one. Yes, there we go. So if you look at what this is, this video right here, that's red and white.
Yeah.
Red and white. So
Yeah,
that
the
is.
snipers are up there.
That was the video we're looking at is the south team.
Right.
So there's a north team that are right here, and there's a south team that's on this building also.
Yep.
So they were looking towards there. So was the north. So you had two fucking snipers on this fucker who are looking. The south team actually has a better look than the north team does, which is why the south team probably took the shot and killed him. And yet, if they're looking at him a minute before or 2 minutes before, and he's getting his sights ready and he's getting Trump in his sights, why aren't you taking the shot?
I got one better for you.
Well, we were told not to.
You see the building now? It's got like a concave thing to it, right? The roof goes like this.
Yeah,
This.
yeah.
The building of the snipers. Building goes like this.
Yeah.
The excuse that the fucking idiots at Secret Service said when they were asked why there's nobody on that building
Yeah.
is because the roof has a pitch to it.
Yes, that's
well,
right.
let's
That's
look
right.
at the other ones,
That's
asshole.
right.
I mean, do you
That's
think we don't have fucking eyes?
You did hear that, right? The head of the Secret Service,
That's why tomorrow she's
which is
resigning.
what's her name? Kim.
I forget. Her name.
Cheadle.
Kim Cheadle, I think her name is. She turned around. She said the reason why there was no snipers on this building right here, even though I understand it's out of the security detail,
Which it's not.
is because this building
That's too great of a pitch.
has too great of a pitch compared to these in which there were snipers on.
That is the biggest pile of horse shit. Yeah, Roblox. Put a video on Roblox.
No, the
Put
video's
camera.
up. The video's up. He's looking right now.
Roblox is confused. He hurt himself in his confusion.
Lord Robloxing EXE has stopped working.
Yeah,
Go on.
Don't try to make sense of it, Josh.
That is a slight pitch. That is a more aggressive pitch.
Yep.
It's fucking insane. All right. My question to you is, how many more things you got here? Because I want to.
Well, there is a little bit more
Okay.
because as far as this episode, I know it's going to be a while.
Yeah, but I have shit to do. Let's wrap this up.
I want to talk about Thomas Crooks himself.
Can we
And
do this as a part B?
fuck you, no.
Killer profiles.
I want to talk about him,
Let him go. We're considered bullshit. Let's go.
and I want to get into the Black Rock theory. He's still fucked.
Josh
Hold on.
is still fucked up.
Can you go to break soon?
Okay, can you go to break? Do you want to say something before we go to break, Joshua?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what bullshit made them say that.
Well, that's Kim Cheadle, though. That she's the head of the U.S. Secret Service.
I don't give a fuck if she's the head of the world. That building and that field, that building looks lower
It is.
than the ones where Trump would be at with the stage
Yeah,
and stuff
remember,
like
he's
that.
back here. He's on the slope up, pointing, but this is more of a slope than this is, and you could tell it. Like, just look how flat that is compared to how
Yeah,
pointed
they're
this
both a
is.
story up, but I mean, the barn, the red barn where the Secret Service was, has a more steep incline.
Which should have gave them the height advantage to be able to see the guy on the one in the back.
You would think that in a common sense scenario,
One,
sure.
Two, I don't care how much miscommunication there is. If you see a guy on a roof that is not dressed in any type of military style,
Long hair, glasses. They have sniper. They're zoomed in.
yeah, with military weapons or a weapon in general, and they're not having the military equipment or clothing, just take the fucking shot.
And he's pointed at the president.
Yeah,
Every other gun is pointed away from Trump.
It could be a camera that's shaped like a gun. Don't take the shot. Don't take the shot.
Yeah.
But
it's colossal.
look,
It's a colossal fuck.
We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back and talk about Thomas Crooks a little bit, and then we'll end this episode. So we'll be right back. Go listen to some of our sponsors. Calling all cat lovers. Are you tired of your furry friend taking over your living space? Say hello to Cat Cave Co., your one-stop shop for all things stylish cat furniture. Their modern design seamlessly blend into your home decor while providing your cat with a cozy sanctuary of their own. Discover the perfect piece for your feline friend today using the link in the description and reclaim your space without compromising your style. Your cat will thank you.
Hey, fellow truth seekers. Want to take your love for the Is This Real podcast to the next level? Check out our exclusive merchandise line designed for curious minds like yours in mind. From comfy tees and hoodies to stylish mugs and accessories, our merchandise is the best way for you to show your passion for unraveling the mysteries of the fucking universe. Visit our online store at isthisrealpc.com and gear up to explore the universe in style. Don't just listen, wear your curiosity with pride with Is This Real podcast merchandise.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisraelpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisraelpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisraelpc.com. And welcome back to the Trump assassination episode, or the Trump assassination attempt episode, and the conspiracy theories behind it. There's a lot of information here, people, and more is coming out as we speak.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this week, as far as, this is Sunday night we're doing this, and this will probably be up either Monday or Tuesday. Monday, it's being reported, apparently, that Kim Cheadle is going to resign from being head of Secret Service.
Should have been fired day one. But
so, that is being reported as of tonight, Sunday. When this episode is being posted, it might have changed. But I don't know if, Josh, you know any information about this this shooter, or if you have heard anything, because I know you really don't keep your ear as far as the Twitter or TikTok or any social media type shit like that. You try to stay away from all that shit. So Thomas Crooks, let me get this, I want to get this right, but I think it was 2020 in the last election. I think he did vote. No, he did not vote.
He was not old enough to.
No, he was 18, but he registered as a Republican. At 17, donated $15 to a Democratic Party campaign thing.
Okay, he donated $15 to the Progressive Turnout Project, a liberal voter turnout group through the Democratic Party donation platform of, and here we go, Act Blue.
Act Blue, yes. So that is a Democratic thing. So if you're a registered Republican and yet you donate to a Democratic to the Democrats, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's number one.
The Act Blue, if you go on, the Act Blue is also the financial arm of Black Lives Matter. When you donate to them, you donate through Act Blue to Black Lives Matter. And you can just go on the website to figure that one out.
So my thing with this right here, and what I really want to talk about, is the pictures in which the media is using of Thomas Crooks. The major picture you'll see across everything is this picture right here. This
where
picture
he looks like a child.
Where he looks like a child. This is 18-year-old Thomas Crooks when he registered as a Republican.
He kind of looks like a character from South Park.
He does.
And this is a video.
Timmer.
This was a video in which is from high school, and everything like that. I have a question for you. Does this look like the same person that was shot there? Like long hair, everything like that?
Well, that's the weird part about this. This fucking guy has like zero social media presence.
You're right. But my problem is, why is everybody using? There are pictures of Thomas Crook today.
There's a video of him talking on.
No, that was proof that wasn't him.
That wasn't him.
No,
I think he made a dick joke on that video. Or
no, it's like I'm Thomas Crooks. I hate Trump.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that video was proven that was not him. That was someone posing
There's
to be him.
another video
motherfucker would do that.
There's another video that someone made, where someone found, where he's like, "This is Thomas Crooks from a few years ago," and he was making like a dick joke.
Yeah, that I believe that was the one from high school.
Okay.
So this right here, that's not him.
That's not him.
That video is proving that's not him. And I even think
gotta be a fucking dumbass to be like, I'm cosplaying as the Trump killer.
so. I even think this is again. This is what I've been told. Someone said
It's a stupid.
that's
place.
not, but there's a lot of people who say that is him. So this is a picture in which you see with him with the short hair and the glasses.
Yep.
This apparently is him. This isn't.
I think it's the same. Honestly, it looks like the same guy.
It does. We can look at the glasses. Same
The
fucking
gla-
glasses.
And also, the lips are different. And also, the eyes are not like, you know what I mean? Like the eyes are
This
too
is
close.
this is of the day.
That's Crooks. Yes,
that's
the day
Crooks.
he got popped.
That's not.
Right. His eyes are closer together than the actual killer. So I don't like. I don't think.
So apparently, they love to use the shorter hair when he was a Republican compared to now. Now, my question is, why would they use that compared to one of these photos now? Is that because it's a front face photo?
Yes, exactly why. Because you're getting a profile of the day he tried to kill Trump. That's it. You're seeing an eye. You're seeing a profile. You're not seeing a full face. And every other picture that they have of this fucking nitwit is from his high school or from commercials.
Which to me is the commercial one. Do we have a picture of the commercial one?
Scroll up. I thought I saw it at
The
top.
commercial one?
Yeah, isn't it short hair?
Yeah, he's short hair in the yeah. They're right there, right? The
Where?
TMZ shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Next one over. There you go. That's the video where he's making a dick joke. They found that out like.
That's from high school, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
They're
that has
using
nothing to do with
everything
him
from high
now.
school.
Yeah. Like that's it right here. These are more Thomas Crook pictures.
See, now
Again-
that one in the corner there, that one right there in the corner looks a lot like the one that they took from the side.
Right.
You know, you have the problem I have. There is one floating around that it looks like he's trying to transition. As far as he has something around his neck and everything like that. Like, he actually looks like a woman. Like, this is not Thomas Crooks.
No,
so,
it doesn't.
What does that say? Oh, it's in Spanish.
Yeah, it's in Spanish. But they're saying that this is the guy who did it, but it's not him. That's disproven.
And everybody's saying like there has to be a photo of him recently.
Within the last 6 months.
Like, somewhere. It just has to. And like, you know, everyone says they're going to use the younger photo of him because that's when he was a Republican, and that's the one everyone wants to be like, look, it's a Republican shooting another Republican with the guns that the Republicans want to keep.
Oh my God.
And that's what like they're saying this is pushing the narrative of gun control. And that's the biggest thing. Like, as far as the whole Republican thing, like, if you're donating to a Democratic campaign thing, how are you a Republican at that point? You know, and especially he didn't even fucking vote. Like, he wasn't old enough to vote.
I gotta know what nature that donation was. You know what I mean?
You just read it, $15.
No, I understand. What I mean is, was it something like someone outside of a supermarket? Like, do you want to donate? He's like, yeah, put me down for $15. Here you go. Leave me the fuck alone. Because I've done that too. Or like, someone's like, do you want to donate? I'm like, here's like $2. Leave me the fuck alone. Just.
Well, you know what? You
know
can
what I mean?
You can say that also about the Republican thing. You can say,
Oh,
you
I
know what? I
agree,
just
I agree.
filled something out and
Exactly.
didn't know what it was.
Exactly.
I don't really
Yeah,
care.
he just
To
filled it
use
out and he
either
registered.
one of those things makes no sense at all.
Yeah, exactly. They cancel each other out.
It's a talking point. It just
I have a question. If you guys zoom into this right here, let's see if I can download this right here. If you zoom into it, is it me? Or does it look like he has a mustache, a full mustache, like you or I? I'm not gonna say Josh. He doesn't have a mustache.
I have
it
one.
could be a shadow.
That's exactly. It could be a shadow. I mean, remember, he's hunched over. I don't know where the sun was at 6:11 when they popped off. You know what I mean? Like, there's
All
so
right,
many
that's
variables.
fine. I get that. All right, so take this photo right here. Not this one.
He's
Oh, that's
got,
a.
even in that photo, he's got like a little bit of hair on his lip.
Well, I have a question. Is that, again, you could say it's sun, but that looks like blonde hair, right?
Yeah, but no, it looks brown to me.
Well, it looks
No.
like blonde. It is. It's a dirty blonde hair, but it doesn't look as silky
He looks
as the
good.
guy that's laying on the roof. Look at his.
Yeah.
He looks like his hair was just done in a salon.
It's a
we're
grainy
nitpicking.
video.
Yeah, we're nitpicking because it's zoomed in. There's not a lot of information here. I really don't think this is.
I mean, Joshua, what do you think?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I move the camera?
You absolutely fucking did.
Do I move
You're
this?
good. You're good. You're good right there. Joshua, what do you think? Let's add that to you. You see that? To me, I mean, granted, it's a grainy video, but that doesn't look like. If I'm gonna go just based on the face, his face doesn't look like the same fucker. Like Thomas Crooks was an ugly motherfucker. I don't know if
I
people are gonna be
can't
upset about
tell.
that.
I can't
Literally,
tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from there, but the hair. I'm sorry, the hair is.
It's a
giveaway.
darker brown.
It's something not right about that hair because that hair looks like, now-
Joshua zoomed in on it right now. Like there's gonna be a couple seconds. Let's give Joshua a second to
There's so many things running through my head right now. Like,
speak into the mic, son.
I am. Thank you.
No, I'm like give me word vomit.
Word vomit.
Just- Blah, your thoughts into the microphone.
I mean, I kind of agree with the hair thing. Like, it looks like he just got it done. But again, this is a grainy video. We can't confirm nor deny if it really was. Does look slightly different compared to other pictures, at least face structure wise. Positions of the snipers, they probably didn't see him right away unless he was standing and then got down. There's things like that. I also saw this one thing where people were pointing at a what is it? A water. What the hell those things called?
The water tower.
Yeah, the water tower, which I can kind of see that because from the footage that I saw, yeah, it was grainy, but the water tower, there was one spot in the middle where it was all even, and then a spot of like black, as if like the water tower had some kind of hatch that opened up, and it could have been a person there. So technically there might have been another shooter, but we don't know to what ends the shooter was there, if there really was one there. I don't know why I have the thought running through my head that
I have a question.
the other shooter, if there was one on the water tower, could have been the one to take out the alleged gunman on the building below it, because it had a perfect damn shot of him right there.
Here's a quick.
I do. I like. I'm okay. So I don't know if you and I are on the same page with this one, Anthony. But if we're gonna go back to this image right here, hold on. Where is it? Do I have it up? Sorry,
Why
and
the fuck with TMZ watermark that shit? Are you serious?
They own it. That's why.
so if we're gonna go back to here, I think this is it. And this was the location he was at.
Yeah.
The people that caught him in this video in which we're seeing,
Yeah.
if this was the right video, how are they catching him on top of the building all the way in the left corner?
That's why I'm saying that building looks like it's lower.
Yeah.
And whatever field they're at is lower compared to where the stage and those other two buildings were that the sniper teams were on.
Here's
But
another
no,
question.
it's not even that
The
at
land
that though.
the land
Like-
looks lower, and so does the building.
Well, no, that's
So
not my point though. Like
bystanders would be
Do me
able
a
to
favor
see
and
him.
just go to Google Images with Mike.
before that, I do want to say something here. If let's say the people who did this video, right, captured were over here. Like, let's say this is because
Yeah.
nobody's going to be on this side. And if you're going to capture a video, it's going to be, if you're capturing a video from this one, he's pointing this way. It's not going to be from the image where he's pointing to the right. He's going to be pointing to the left.
They would be down here where it says Butler Farm Grounds.
Yeah, they would be
And
over
here's
here.
what I'm going to say. It looks like there's an elevation difference between the Butler Farm Grounds show
and where the
and
building
and there.
is.
It looks like that building is lower. So
Yeah,
this is up on a
that's-
hill.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's fine, but
they
it
would be able to capture it from over there where that big ass pole is. They
You'd
would be
see
able
it.
to capture it from where he's laying
Yep.
on the building.
there
Even
would
if he's on the back side, they would still be able to catch.
he
that.
wouldn't look closer to the edge in which he looks right here, though. That's my point. He would look
He's
farther
closer-
away from the edge.
No, he's closer to
The apex.
the apex of the building. That's where it is. From the angle, he's closer to the apex of the building, but he can still be on this side Remember, photos, videos, all that stuff, it's angles. Depending on the angle of the person who took that, they're on the lower left side of the building taking that picture.
But they're also kind of at eye level because there's an elevation difference.
Exactly.
So this is apparently like, this is a video of like what happened and how this guy did it.
Pause this shit. We know this stuff.
No, I know, but they actually give like renditions. So like,
that's great. Oh, it's a CG. Okay, that picture. That's a pause. Pause it right now. Maximize it. Because I wanted to show you this picture of him in doggy style, right?
Okay.
Who?
Oh, I can't do that. Hold on.
Just hit maximize in the corner. What the fuck?
What the fuck is happening here?
I don't know.
Go back to YouTube. And go to
Yeah,
video.
yeah,
Thank
go.
you. Fuck. Who took this photo? This is the day of the shooting. This is what he was found wearing. It's a YouTuber shirt. It's the YouTuber shirt. The YouTuber who sold his shirt is a big gun nut. Whatever. People think that's another big piece of the puzzle. It's not. Who took this photo? Is this from some sort of camera? And like, is this from like the building's camera, like the security cameras? If so, why is this the only one that's out? Why don't you give us the whole clip? Who took this photo?
I have not heard any detail about who took this photo, but this is from the local tactical snipers were in these windows. This is just a 3D render, and he was on. That doesn't look like the same building in which we're talking about.
Yes,
though.
it does.
It is.
It's just
The
that
red
he's not on the
barns
right,
are
so he
over
should
there.
be a little bit further up.
So he was on this building right here.
Right where that red mark is. That's kind of where he was.
So you're gonna tell me if he's on this side and they're taking a photo from over here, even if it's elevated?
Yes.
If he's on this side and he was closer to the apex on there,
Yeah.
it would look different because of the camera angle.
All right, I want everybody.
They were still eye level and catching him. The snipers, had a perfect view of him. They could have stopped him.
Okay, time out. Maybe I'm the only one who caught this. I want you to take a look at that building.
Yes.
What do you see on there? Is that a metal roof, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see any concrete on that roof at all?
No, not concrete.
Okay. Go back to the question, the video that you questioned. Go back to that picture.
You mean the picture?
The picture.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, maybe another half a second. Where's the concrete?
Where's the concrete?
That
That's what I'm
was.
saying.
I mean, that was taken from above. I don't think that's on top of the roof because there's grass there. I don't think.
Yeah, that's not from on top of the roof.
That's
My
not from.
question is,
He's not on top of the roof there.
Who's taking this fucking photo? Who
I don't
released
know.
this photo? Where does this photo come from? Because that's a big important piece of this mystery.
And there's no concrete around that fucking building at all for them to say, well, he
Well,
was in
if-
the
Well, he
area.
was also walking around the entire area. He was doing some reconnaissance before he decided to get that spot. So
need to
wherever
find
that
that spot.
picture was from, right, it's got to be somewhere in this area. It could have been over here. Maximize this shit. Could have been like over here, somewhere along the edge here, where it goes from pavement to
Yeah.
grass. Could have been over. It looks like there's some sort of retaining wall here, as well. Could have been taken from
If this
There's
is
areas, but my question is, who took that fucking
well, if
photo?
this, I'll be honest.
That's a
So
good question.
It doesn't
It-
look like a selfie to me.
if this is an AGR building, and this is a company who has, a lot of money, they have security footage outside their fucking building.
Well, that's another good point. Like, where's this? Like, this is like the Pentagon on 9/11, the most secured building in the fucking world. You have 5 frames. That's it.
I know these are a lot of questions that we're gonna have to continue doing.
Yeah, we're gonna do, this is too much.
So
for one
like
episode.
next, like I do want to do an episode talking about Thomas Crooks and deep diving into him.
Well, to be honest with you, the way this thing is changing by the minute,
Brought to you by ExxonMobil.
by the minute how this thing is changing, you know what? There's going to be more episodes going on because you got to stay on top of this now.
No, I agree with you. I do.
Well,
I mean,
the
we
history
we
dictates
still
what's
are in the
going
middle
on.
of recording our season 14.
Right.
So
We'll get back to that eventually.
we are, and I think Joshua may have helped me find a way to help our audio, but I do think there needs to be more episodes done about this because this is just too much that's coming out daily.
All right. One question to you is, I want to do a little wrap up here. If you guys want to go, like you go to everybody.
Yeah.
I want to be the last one.
Okay. I mean, I want Joshua to start off with that because usually Joshua, like, I love how he's dumbfounded by the one comment, and we know how much I love when Joshua gets dumbfounded. So please, Joshua, go off. Give me your thoughts on everything that you've ingested so far that's coming out about this assassination attempt.
Well, I honestly have no words. I have more questions than anything else. Like, who was this guy? Is he a fall guy? Is that water tower scenario true? Is it not true? There is footage up. I've seen it myself. My theory is he was meant to be a fall guy. He was never meant to succeed. It's supposed to be something to play towards Trump that could be possible. Then again, you never know what's with that water tower. That's just a side idea, theory of mine. Horrible miscommunication on all of the law enforcement that was involved on that day. No channel checks. No one was on the same page. No one was communicating. I mean, law enforcement should be able to know when someone is not on the same team, especially when they're on top of a building with almost a clear shot and can tell that he's not in any type of gear, tactical gear, any type of equipment, stuff like that. It's just horrendous in my book. I mean, I guess I'm on the same page as Dad, where it's like we're gonna have to keep paying attention if this is really gonna change minute by minute. Obviously, as we've all seen, we heard, and it kind of does look true that the two different people that they're showing pictures of, we don't know where some of these photos are coming from, as Tony said. So it's like I just have to question the whole thing, like what the fuck is going on? Who the hell is pulling the strings, if there is strings to be pulled here? And it's just like, I'm just dumbfounded, really, to be honest.
All right. I'm going to go next. I'm going to go to you two after because we'll let Dad finish. My biggest thing here is when people turn around as far as this being a Trump is trying to get sympathy type thing, like a what do they call it?
Staged event.
A push bump or anything like that, like a false flag event, which I love how that term has become a big thing on the left side now. You know, all the Democrats are yelling, it's a false flag. But when people are yelling false flag events like, I don't know, the Boston bombing or something like that, that's not a false flag event. But this is a false flag. I just want to put that out there. But if this was a push bullet or a push bump or a bump shot, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and this was set up by Trump himself, he wouldn't have, the person on the end of that sniper would not have aimed for his head. They would have aimed for his shoulder, his leg, his arm, something that is not important enough. So if Trump is trying to say, look, I got shot, it wouldn't have been to the point where one little miscue by Trump looking over, if Trump doesn't do that, he's blown away. You can't get sympathy and get presidency or get votes if you're dead. So if Trump's going to turn around and people are saying that this was staged by Trump and Trump's doing this, if they shot him in the leg, they shot him in the foot, or anything like that, I'd be like, okay, that's more substantial. Like, if you're trying to assassinate the president, why are you aiming lower than his head or anything like that? I mean, not the heart, like something like that. But if you're going to aim for someone's head, if Trump does not look to the right, you're not getting voted in because you're dead. So those theories, if you're stating them, you're fucking stupid.
It's like Bobby Bacala from The Sopranos shot the rapper in the ass.
Yeah. It's like
For
you don't
street cred.
Yeah, it's the fleshy part of the
Fleshy part of the thigh.
the fleshy part of the thigh. You know, like
I'm a marksman. I could do that.
it doesn't make any sense to me for the people who say that this is set up by Trump, because if set up by Trump, he's not like, and we all know Trump, nothing above the neck. Like, he would say something like that. That's how Trump would do it.
I don't think he would risk his life anyway.
No, I don't think so either.
I think if at like 2 plates of that event, if he was to stage it, I'm pretty sure he would probably tell the person to make sure you miss. Probably just fire a whole bunch of shots off or something like that in a threatening manner.
And do we honestly think, hold on, do we honestly think, and I understand like there may be differing values of if you like Trump or not, I get that in this booth. Do you honestly think Donald Trump, the man, would turn around and risk people in the audience for something like votes?
No.
And my question to you is, I mean, that the whole theory doesn't make any sense.
You would have to know
Because-
the man in order to try.
What is he gonna? The suspected shooter is dead.
That's right.
If he's gonna get somebody that's gonna shoot him in the leg, if I'm him and I'm setting up like, you shoot me in the leg, and there's $100,000 for you, but we'll guarantee your safety to get out of there. The guy's dead. No one's signing up for that. Nobody. So for people that say that, really are just stupid.
Well, I mean, you can
you can hate him all you want.
You can sit there and
can't talk
say the
dumb.
same thing about it being set up by the U.S. government or anything. Like, would you turn around and be like, tell Thomas Crooks, like, you're going to get out of there, but they shoot him anyway? Do you think?
Yes, I would. And the reason is because he's doing a dirty job. If this was set up by somebody in the Secret Service or in the government, and they guaranteed his safety is going to be out of, they don't have to guarantee shit.
That's right.
They're going to silence him because you think they're going to run the risk of him taking out Trump, getting caught, and saying, no, these guys took me down.
And the biggest difference.
See Lee Oswald. That's all I'm going to tell you.
The biggest difference between Lee Oswald in this situation is the fact that in 1963 there wasn't cell phones every two
we
two
talked
feet.
about
Right,
that,
exactly.
You know
So
what
the
I mean?
thing,
So you're gonna get people who are like we've seen taking videos that are going to show you a version of the truth. We don't know what that version is, but we know that it's more information than the Zapruder film.
oh, absolutely. Well,
Yeah, it's
whatever version is a Zapruder film you get.
I don't.
yeah. We'll go with Anthony. That was just my
I know.
take on this.
I don't believe in the take that.
Dad,
Trump
put your
set
hand
this
down.
up. I don't believe in that take at all. All the reasons you said, it makes no sense. Like you said, it's too dangerous. And I think on top of all of it, even if everything it was definitely set up and he paid the guy, all that shit. Even if all that was true, for that shot to hit him in his fucking ear at a split-second head turn is the best shot ever recorded ever. There is no way that was done on purpose, because the best things in the world, like you can find them online all the time, like the best pictures that have like the most amazing kind of like compositions or whatever
Sorry about that.
but they're done by accident. It's this thing just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and the photographer. It's like trying to take a picture of lightning. You don't take a picture of lightning. You take a picture of the space before the lightning strikes, because if you try to take a picture of the lightning, it's already over.
Well,
You're not going to get a picture of it.
This is the video of him getting shot in the ear.
Well, there's that too. Like you see, like you showed me the other day. You see it. It just all
And
of a
then
sudden becomes,
it's right here. I don't know what they're pointing to right there, but you see it right. He's looking forward,
yes,
and then he turns.
and then boom,
Bink,
right there,
right there.
right there. And there are impacts, like you just showed this a second ago. There are impact footage, so you know bullets were whizzing around.
Yeah,
It-
like that's
even if this guy was not trying to
like
hit
you
Trump,
see the impact right
he
there.
was still
Watch.
exactly.
It's
Yes.
poof right there.
Even if the guy was trying to not hit Trump because he had, paid me off to make it look like I can get shot or whatever, there's still so many things that could have gone wrong, and he could have accidentally taken Trump out. So none of that makes sense. I don't think that's the situation here. I don't know what the situation is, but unlike the Kennedy assassination, well, I mean, I guess just like the Kennedy assassination, You can look at things and go, okay, it's 99.9% not that thing. It looks like it. I understand why people are thinking it, but it's not it. He did not accidentally pay someone. He did not shoot somebody. I'm sorry. He did not pay someone to shoot him and clip him on his ear and make that little hole. That's not happening. This was a clusterfuck from the shooter. With the wrong caliber weapon, if he was trying to take someone out from that distance, he obviously didn't know that a 22 bullet would spray like that or disintegrate like we talked about earlier in the show. Because if you wanted to take someone out, you would get a higher caliber bullet to ensure that even if you zing him, you're causing some like significant damage. He didn't do that. This was a dumb kid who somehow managed to get on that roof with a weak caliber bullet and killed one guy and injured 3 others. I don't know anything else other than that, but that much I know for sure. Someone took a shot at Trump. He was shot 100%. That is as much as I can absolutely know for sure. Everything that the circumstances of how it came to be, I don't know.
All right. Dad?
I'm going to take you on a little ride.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be about a minute, 2 minutes, maybe more. Okay.
We all 3 did the same thing.
There once was a day in Pennsylvania where we are now led to believe that everything that happened that day was a giant accident. Communications weren't correct. There was a guy spotted with a gun. Nobody took him out. There was a person of interest who wound up on the roof with a rifle aiming at a person, and you knew this was happening and you did nothing about it. Nobody swept the area and realized that, you know what, that's a target. That's a place where somebody can shoot from. Okay? And I really like to question, is anybody doing the water tower? Did anybody question that was? Because that's what seemed to me that would be the most logical spot. All right. Now, we're being led to believe that the pictures that were being shown are him. Okay, we only got 1 photo, 2 photos, same one, him smiling, look like he's about 12 years old. All right. They're telling us that they couldn't have secured the building. They couldn't have put people on the building because of the pitch of the roof. Meanwhile, their snipers were on a building with a pitch much greater than that. All right. All in a week's time, stuff is coming out. This guy's got 3 bank accounts overseas that are encrypted. Nobody seems to know what they're on. He's got 22-some thousand things in his phone. All right. That seem a little odd. All right, we're getting story after story that contradicts each other on what happened that day with the Secret Service. You got a Secret Service that decided to take Trump away 1 minute. I guess they got the all clear 1 minute after the shooting, which allowed him to put his fist up and shout, "Fight, fight, fight," I think he said. Okay, this doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. Nobody's being brought on the carpet for it. I don't want to hear about investigations because it's another shit show. This should have been immediate. This should have been brought on the carpet the next day. They should have been in the office of the president. And action should have been taken immediately. It was not. Okay? Everybody now can throw out, the Secret Service can give you all these details. I don't buy the colossal failure. I don't buy the colossal this. I don't buy that. I don't buy none of that bullshit because none of it adds up. Everything does add up to Trump being taken out. But therefore, by the grace of the good Lord above, he wasn't. And you can believe in that if you like, and you don't have to. But the point is, it was extreme luck on Donald Trump's part not to be taken out. And here's the other part that gets me. And this is probably the most important one. I think you can fall asleep. That's fine. Okay? The whole thing stinks from the door. Okay? And what I mean that is you've tried every possible way to silence this man. You've tried convictions. You've tried sham trials. You've tried impeachments. You've tried everything else. and he's still standing tall. The only thing, like Tucker Carlson said, the only thing left is putting a bullet in his head to stop this man. But they didn't put a bullet in his head. Meanwhile, over in Washington, we have a president that can't complete a sentence. He's cognitively declined, and he's telling everybody, I'm going to stay in the race. I'm going to stay in the race. Well, Trump wasn't taken out on this thing, and a week later, that president now steps down.
Well,
Does it smell to you? Because it smells to me.
Steps down in the race. He didn't step down as president.
He stepped down in the race. It's uncanny how the timeline to this thing works. Now, I know everybody's going to say, oh, it's a bullshit. Well, you know what? You can think what you want, but the facts are right in front of you. Connect the dots as to what's going on here. And if you choose to just look the other way, that's up to you. That's why I really enjoyed this episode, to put all the facts that we have currently, right now, today. Tomorrow, these could all be moot facts, because they could be something to be more stories coming in. But as of right now, at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night, the 21st of July, these are the latest facts, and they don't add up.
Oh, we also didn't cover a lot of other different facts about this too.
Well, you're going to go with with all these different theories, and that's fine. But that's another episode. These are the facts; they're not theories.
No, I agree with you, and that's why I think it was important to go through the timeline. But yeah, I do think we're gonna sit there and continually update everyone on this with our summer episodes, and I had different summer episodes planned, but this is just, you have to cover this shit. I mean, you just have to, and especially if you're a conspiracy theory podcast, this is going to be the one thing you have to cover, because this is a major conspiracy theory. But yeah, does anybody have anything else to add tonight?
Not really about that. I just thought something funny. I mean, this means nothing. It's just someone thought it was interesting and put it up in 2011. The check dated for 9/13/2011. Donald Trump.
Yeah, to Kamala Harris.
To Kamala Harris for $5,000
Yeah.
to reelect her as
but
whatever,
yeah, so
Attorney General. That was funny.
For the last thing for me, I just want to have one quick thing before we finish this, because I do have, let's say Trump does get shot. What do you think? Speculate. What do you think?
I'm not playing the what if game.
I agree with Anthony, because at that point, you have the next night, is the 2 nights later, is the RNC.
Yeah.
You can't even imagine what went on there. So I don't want to go down that road, because let's just put it this way. Give you a short answer. It would have been the greatest clusterfuck that they would have had to cancel it.
Well, because like my thing, if I'm thinking about this, and let's say there was a plan, I want to know what that plan would have been. You're never gonna find it. You're never gonna know.
You're never gonna know.
But it's like, obviously, if you're gonna say that this is a conspiracy theory where it's pre-planned, there has to be an after.
Not necessarily.
The after was the fact that he was shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing was accomplished.
Yeah.
But that's my thing.
We'll figure it out after the deed's done.
You really think that they would have something like that?
If they were that hell-bent on getting rid of him, they don't give a fuck about what the next step is. Just get rid of him. We'll figure it out later.
All right.
Well, I don't agree with that either. I agree that they would have had a plan in place to divert the actual facts of the case somewhere else, and we don't know if that is taking place. The mere fact that Donald Trump survived this fucked their plans right up. And a week later, the president decides, oh, yeah, you know what? I wasn't cognitively declined a week ago.
Well, he hasn't said that yet.
But I'm out.
He hasn't said that yet, but okay. Well, like I said, we're going to continue updating on this story, because as far as the summer goes, this is the biggest story of the summer. Like, it really is. So we'll see you next week for Is This Real Confidential.
Bye-bye.
And, September 1st, new episodes of Is This Real go up. Season 13 go up. September 9th, we're in Red Bank, New Jersey for our street fair. So please come down and see us. And then at the beginning of August, because this is still going up in July, the beginning of August, you can get the new episodes of Season 13 on our Patreon for $3. $3, you get the entire season up. If you want to watch us real early, a month before everybody else, go do that. All right? Everyone say goodnight.
Adios, motherfuckers.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
We'll catch you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. Remember, everybody, question every fucking thing. Good night. Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisraelpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisraelpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisraelpc.com.